This is going to squeak. Oh, thank you, Sky. Welcome to the Wayward Widow. The Wayward Widow, that's me. I'm poet. I'm shaky. I'm shaky as all heck. I have my water. I'm super shaky. Like, yeah. It's 55 degrees here. The car feels warm, but it's a little breezy outside. I have to go down to the bank. I put Sky's high school ring on. 1972, he graduated. I was 13 when he graduated from high school. I'm 64 and he was 71 when he passed on to wherever he is. When I'm in the apartment, and even when I'm not doing this with the camera, with the phone, I talk to him all the time. It's like, for me, he's not gone. I just, hey, do you need coffee? I tell him everything I'm doing. Gives me some sense of peace. So I'm going to go down to the bank. I'm going to get a cashier's check for the rent. I had some of the money for the rent, and I had to borrow the rest. Some off of a credit card and some from a friend. There's strings attached, of course, of course, there's got to be, but I just have to keep holding out the faith that there's going to be some program like Section 8 housing or something that's going to pop up for me, and I'm going to be recognized as someone in need, and I'll get the help that I need so that I can stay where I'm at for like a year before I move on to whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing. I didn't want to go out today, but our rent is due. Our rent is due on the 1st, and they give you, I believe it's 5 days, and if it's past the 5 days, they automatically charge you $25 more late fee, and then they turn it over to collections, like immediately. No questions asked. And they said that's because so many people have paid their rent late and are in arrears. So, yeah, all of that, and scary things, scary. But I was thinking about the fact that when Sky started to get sick back in 2020, and he showed some signs of something wrong a year or two before that, but they were so minor you could chalk them up to anything. But at the end of 2020, when COVID hit, and then he just got worse and worse and worse, and then it became really rapid. Like 2023 was really rough. Like he went downhill so fast. And I'm thinking, in one way, I had like 4 years from 2020, end of 2020 to the beginning of 2024. So that was actually 2021, 22, 23. I actually had 3 years and a couple of months to prepare. But I never, ever in my head, could adjust to the fact that he was going to pass away. Even though I read everything online about MSA, multiple system atrophy. And I knew the lifespan, but I was reading 6 to 10 years. So being the optimist in that respect, I lean towards the 10 years. And so I thought, okay, yes, he's very limited, but he's still eating. We could still converse a little bit. I guess I was thinking of his quality of life, and I knew it was poor to a degree, but Sky was very laid back, and his body was getting more and more tired. He was doing more and more sleeping, and he just never complained, you know? And so I didn't ever really think about him passing away. Like, it never stuck in my head, this man's going to die. Like, it didn't. It just absolutely did not. He's going to die. I just, in my head, it was like, he's going to be around forever, you know, for at least 10 years, the 10 years. And so, even though parts of me were saying, you need to prepare, the doctor gave him 6 months or less in October of 2023. And even then, I thought it was more for, like, on paper, you know, for hospice, to get more help in from me, to help to move him and turn him and things like that. I never looked at it as a reality of less than 6 months. And he asked me, you know, what did the doctor say? Did he say less than 6 months? And I said yes. And he said, when was that? And I said, it was in October. And this was, I believe it was like January when he asked me that, I think. And he said, so I'm going to die soon. And I said, no, you're not going to die soon. No. That's not going to happen. That's data and statistics, Sky. I kept telling him that. Data and statistics. We know about data and statistics. And he would say, but I can feel it, poet. I could feel it inside me that I'm dying. And I just did not absorb that because I couldn't. Emotionally, I couldn't. I thought there's just no way. And then he died. And I realized how unprepared I was for him to leave me, to go away. I was so not prepared for what this feels like. And so I often think about the people who lose their loved ones suddenly, where there's no warning, no signs, no symptoms, no anything, and they're gone. Where there's no time to pre-plan, prepay, you know, have those talks, because we don't do that really as humans. We look at life as it's forever, but it's not. And then someone loses someone in a fire or a car crash, and unliving themselves, which is happening more and more with our world getting more and more unstable and more pressures in life put upon us for just survival, just shelter and food. My heart bleeds for those that didn't have the chance to prepare. I can't imagine. I just can't. And even though I had time, it could be said I had time, I had a heads up, I had a warning, I had all the signs, you know, I wasn't prepared when he took his last breath and I looked at him, you know, when I knew he was dead. I wasn't prepared. I'm looking at this man who was with me for 14 years and he's gone, but he's laying on the bed in front of me, but he's gone. This guy that I knew and loved, he was gone. His body was there, but his soul, his spirit was gone. I'm going to stop for a minute. I'll be right back.